what is your approach towards fundraising and maybe getting investments and stuff? Have you thought about that?
Well, that is essential to any startup, I believe. So the first one was a grant which I was successful in acquiring from the local enterprise office here in Dublin, and that's match funded. So you spend, and then they reimburse you 50% of it. So as a founder, you have to put in your own funds as well, which I did. And what I did with that money was I using my software development skills that I had from previous years, I was able to do the wireframing and things. Instead of developing a prototype or spending money on the prototype, I did all of my brainstorming with senior colleagues and peers in medical education using those wireframes. And I used those funds to actually develop the MVP, which was used, like we had subscriptions purchased by 3 university programs for that MVP. So we started off with that, and then I applied for funding to Enterprise Ireland, and we were successful. We are working with High Potential Startup Division of Enterprise Ireland, and I was able to get funding from them and go further on. Now, because I'm not from a business background myself, this was a huge learning curve for me. I used that funding because that funding wasn't enough to employ people. So I used it in the form of consultancies and educated myself, even though I ended up doing all the work myself, because that's what happens with consultancies. You get the advice, but you have to work on your own. But I had great people advising me on various domains like pricing, branding, and like these were very seasoned professionals. So I got the best advice and incorporated all of that into the startup. So right now, the challenge is that we do have customers on board, but the investors feel that this has high potential. It is something where they see that, there is high level of growth expected, but they would like to see more traction. So I need to get more customers on board before I can get a final yes on the big investment. And startups don't have a big team. So with educational institutions, a lot of time goes into just pursuing one single program.
Yeah.
And then at the end, if they decide for XYZ reasons not to go ahead this year, then it's your time wasted.
Yeah.
But I guess these are the challenges we sign up for when we get onto this startup journey. But yes, now I'm preparing myself to go for the big fundraising so we can get some more senior people on the team and grow further.